Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the final session in the Kapitol Cory Online Brass Band Championships. Tonight, we reach the culmination of 7 different sections. We will be hearing the final 8 championship section bands, and then from 9 p.m. British summertime, we will be broadcasting our results ceremony for all of the sections, where the bands will be playing for the prize of one of these amazing glass trophies, which we have for winners, runners-up, third place, all the special prizes which I've been mentioning throughout, best soloist, best entertainment, etc., etc. So we've got a whole stack of these to play for, and the results will be announced from 9 p.m. this evening. So much to look forward to over the course of the next few hours. We've updated our regional leaderboard for you since yesterday. So the table you see on the screen now incorporates the youth section, which we had on Friday nights, and also the third section, which we had during the day yesterday afternoon. So let's have a look at the table there. Well, as you can see, there's been a little bit of a change at the top there, with Yorkshire and the rest of the world trading places at the top of the table. Remember, it's the region with the least number of points which will be crowned the regional champions at the end of the competition. Now, the slight quirk here is that both Yorkshire and the rest of the world region don't have any bands at all in the top section. Whereas if you look down in 9th place, you'll see the West of England. Now, the West of England have 6 bands at play in the top section. So if the West of England bands do really well in the results, then you'll see the West of England shoot up the table. Each of those 10 regions contains roughly the same number of bands. So by the time we get to the end of this evening and we've announced all of the winners of all the sections, we'll then give you the final regional leaderboard, and we will find out who has the title of Best Region of the Virtual Brass Band World, a title which we kind of just made up, but nevertheless, there we are. So there's your regional leaderboard going into the final section, into the championship section. Make sure that you cheer your region's bands on as they come through. And like I say, we've got 8 bands left for you this evening. Now, as you know, we have had the benefit of the support of many commercial friends and partners and sponsors as part of the Kapitol Cory Online Brass Band Championships, no more so than our headline sponsor, Kapitol Promotions. And without the support of Kapitol Promotions, who are, of course, disappointed not to be able to be presenting the regional championships in the UK themselves this year, but without Kapitol Promotions' help, we wouldn't have been able to bring you all of this fantastic brass band entertainment free on YouTube. So we really thank Kapitol Promotions. Of course, we're hoping when we get to the autumn that some real contests will start up again. One of which is hoped to be the UK National Finals, organised by Kapitol Promotions, who've sent a little statement to us, basically saying that, of course, the safety of players and the public are the main priority for Kapitol, and they're taking advice from the government, medical experts, and the venues, of course. But providing they can achieve reassurances, then bands will receive their invitations to these important events at the beginning of April. Pretty soon, that is, isn't it? So, with a bit of luck, fingers crossed, when we get to the 18th and 19th of September later this year, then the lower section national finals will be able to take place in Cheltenham. And then further down the line, a couple of weeks later, on the 2nd of October, is the scheduled diary date for the championship section national final, which takes place at the Royal Albert Hall in London. So, everyone, please cross your fingers, and we'll be hearing more from Kapitol Promotions, especially if your band has qualified, then you'll be getting your invitation, if everything checks out, in the next few weeks. Right, let's move on to the judges we have. Now, those of you that were watching the championship section part 1 yesterday, we'll know which judges we have for this contest. Of course, we're keeping the same judges because they're comparing the 8 bands they heard yesterday with the 8 bands which we're going to conclude the contest with this evening. So there they are on screen. Look at them. Oh, aren't they a fine bunch? So first of all, we have Cory Band's principal cornet player, Tom Hutchinson. Welcome back, Tom.
Evening, Phil. Evening, viewers. Can't wait to see what we've got in store tonight. I think everyone can agree last night was such an enjoyable evening of of virtual music making. And I'm excited to see what we got in store tonight.
Great, brilliant to have you. Steve Stewart is Cory Band's only soprano choir player. Welcome back, Steve.
Hi Phil, hi everybody out there. Just to echo Tom there, really looking forward to this evening. It's a cracking lineup of bands, so let's go on with it. It should be great fun.
Absolutely. Well, just before we get on with it, one final judge for you, which is Cory Band's musical consultant, Nigel Seaman. Hi, Nigel.
Hello, Phil. And hello, everybody else. Well,
did you enjoy last night?
It was terrific, wasn't it? Yeah, such a wide variety of music and programmes and music making, which really sets us up fantastically for the last 8 this evening.
Without further ado, let's get into the last 8. So you'll understand why I say now, band number 9 in the championship section is the Enderby Band, which are representing the Midlands in England, and their musical director is Ryan Richards. Now, the Enderby Band have decided to take the audience on a journey celebrating the art of dance. Starting off on the continent with a fandango-style opener before heading home with a 1980s ska hit. Rounding off in the States with a brand new arrangement of a barn dance. We hope you enjoy our performance. This is band number 9, the Enderby Band.
The Enderby Band are presenting to you a programme that focuses all around the art of dance. You just heard us start off there with Malaguena and that brilliant arrangement by Mark Free. The Malaguena, of course, is a Spanish fandango-style dance that is native to the region of Malaga. Over to Camden now, in London, in 1980, there was one track that was responsible for starting a huge dance craze across the nation. So without further ado, we present to you Baggy Trousers.
Baggy trousers. Baggy trousers. Baggy trousers.
To finish our dance-inspired program for you, we're heading over to the United States. Particularly, this dance is done in the southern states of the USA, and we present to you a brand new arrangement of American Barn Dance.
Welcome back after some messages from our sponsors there. World of Brass are sponsoring the championship section here, and you also heard from the Royal Marines at the start of that ad break. And the band we just heard, Enderby Band, there actually has two Royal Marines members are graduates of the Enderby Band. Thomas Lane Spouge plays the cornet with the Royal Marines Band, and Liam O'Neill now plays the French horn with the Royal Marines Band service. Both started there with Enderby Band. Enderby Band were our band number 9 in the competition. So let's go straight to Tom Hutchinson and get some feedback on Enderby. What did you think, Tom?
What a great way to start the evening, Phil. Really bright, crisp opening, tight playing, visually pleasing. Would have just liked a little bit more zip and expression within the main tune, the melody. But I think that's probably one of the challenges of playing in your bedroom or your kitchen without the conductor in the middle really sort of driving that. But I really think they achieved that in Baggy Trousers, which I'll come on to. But I really like the clever use of the images going around the different scenes. I think we have some bull ring and an art gallery, just to name a few. But really clever, well worked out opening. And Baggy Trousers, obviously a great piece of music, and this was played with sort of the dynamics and energy that I thought was just ever so slightly missing in Malaguena. One thing I was really impressed with is how they fully committed to all the actions and the shouting, which is something that we spoke about last night. Visually excellent, funny, and really witty as well. And then the American Barn Dance, I think this is a great piece of music. Congratulations to Ryan on arranging that. I think it's going to be a piece which is going to be played in many concerts to come for sure. But there's a real opportunity for the band to open up and show off their sounds, which I think they did really well. I just thought it was a really clever, well executed program, and it was really. It was just well committed to by all members of the band, and a big shout out to the video editors as well, because they did a cracking job with that.
Great. Well, Tom was obviously impressed. What about you, Steve? The art of dance Enderby gave us. Were you dancing?
I wasn't dancing, but it had a real good feel factor. The theme came through really nicely. I just want to agree with everything that Tom said. My words were neat and tidy, really, and I love that. I love things to be neat and tidy in playing. It was the Malaguena was nice. The tempo was nice. It was really bass and percussion driven. Worked really well. The Baggy Trousers was just great fun. I said, this is great fun. I love the flying trombone. I love a bit of flying trombone. That's fantastic. That. My only question is, where was the plastic cup? Because in Baggy Trousers, it's back off the head with a plastic cup, and in the video, someone gets smacked with a plastic cup. I didn't see any plastic cup. In the American Barn Dance, I agree with Tom. Well arranged by Ryan. There was a nice flow, nice tight, nice visuals, nice bit of sop playing, Andrew. Well done. And the whole thing just generally, it just fitted together really nicely. It flowed, and it was a really enjoyable 10 minutes.
Great. So more positive comments from Steve Stewart. What about you, Nigel?
Well, all I can do is endorse exactly what we already heard. It was based on dancing, and certainly was a great selection of dances. I thought right at the beginning of Malaguena, the basses, they really set up a really tight rhythm, and all these sort of section entries were really clear and crisp. Nice to see, we've been talking about boxes, haven't we, yesterday. Nice to see the variation on boxes, in the scenery that we had there as well. That cascade that ends that piece was really well balanced, I thought, when it comes down the street.
Yeah, I noticed that too. That was fantastic, wasn't it?
Spot on for, in your own bedroom sort of things. In Baggy Trousers, they really get into the spirit of the whole thing. Lots of comedic elements to it. The graphics were excellent. Well played, and again, a really tight ensemble. And the American Barn Dance, I keep mentioning ensemble, tick. It really was good ensemble and really tight playing throughout. Lovely tuneful euphonium and horn in the middle section, and there were solid sounds in the tutti mix towards the end of that. The 7/8 section near the end, I thought was really spot on as well for rhythm and ensemble and balance. This was a program that celebrated dance, and it did it brilliantly.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, there we are. I mean, almost exclusively positive comments from our 3 judges there for the first band of this evening, which was band number 9 in the championship section, the Enderby Band. Thank you very much indeed for supporting our competition again, and congratulations on another fine performance. Let's move to band number 10, just down the road, actually. We're going to stay in the Midlands in England for the GUS band. The musical director is Chris Jeans. Now, the GUS band takes us on an exploration of their hometown, Northampton, and it's all about the boots. From the boots and shoes of the UK's footwear capital to the rugby boots of the Northampton Saints to the historic footsteps of Victorian MP and local hero Charles Bradlaugh, who went to prison rather than compromise his standards. The second half of the programme is a celebration of the hit musical Kinky Boots, the story of a Northampton footwear factory that found salvation through making fetish footwear. Here we go then with band number 10, the GUS band.
be strong. Well, that's how I picked up when we went all wrong. I know that I hurt you and you hurt me too, but you mean more to me, I must mean more to you.
Everybody say yeah, yeah. Say yeah, yeah. Say yeah, yeah. Everybody say yeah, 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 yeah. Everybody say yeah, yeah.
So tell me, do you wanna go where it's covered in all the colored love?
Welcome back to the Kapitol Cory Online Brass Band Championship. So the message we just had there from New Moon Insurance has caused a little bit of chatter over the last few weeks as to what that piece of music is on the advert. I do actually have the answer with me today, so if you want to just keep guessing in the chat, then if I remember, I'll reveal it later on this evening. Anyway, back to the competition. We're listening to the World of Brass Championship section, and we've just heard band number 10, the GUS Band. An eclectic performance was definitely one of the things I wrote down. Nothing wrong with that. Let's go straight to Steve Stewart and see what Steve made of GUS Band.
I loved it. I loved the whole programme. It all tied together, a Northampton celebration, and obviously the whole shoe thing and all that. I thought Mike Shefford, well done, really beautifully put together there, absolutely. I thought, first of all, the first thing I loved was being introduced to the whole band. So everybody had their, they were given their own caption, and we haven't really had much of that, and I think it's a really important thing to do. I thought the cornet quartet was just top stuff. The soprano cornet playing, which is my kind of thing. You're a beautiful player. You really are. Well played, mate. And obviously Thomas and James and James and other James, who was absolutely fantastic on the Muppet Show on with the mute-in, the Harmon mute-in. Really enjoyed that. And the whole thing, all the visuals, everything just flowed into each other. It just was seamless, really. I really enjoyed it. The Kinky Boots was driven and tight. And great vocals. It just needed, in the last ballad, for me, it just needed to build more and build more. I just felt that it didn't get up to that sort of finale thing that I was looking for. But overall, I've just put down here, brilliant stuff, well done. Oh, and what were you wearing, Chris Jeans? Really? A great effort all round. Bravo, guys, bravo.
Yes, I've seen Chris wear some incredible outfits.
Absolutely,
over the years. He must have a wardrobe stocked with stocked with things like that. Nigel, what did you think of Gus?
Yeah, fantastic. I've seen Chris wear that before, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They finished by saying yeah, and I'm starting by saying yeah. It was a terrific performance. Immediately attention-grabbing, you know, and we loved the name checks. We talked about that last night after the first part. Really nice to put people's names up. And I started by saying, you know, James and Tom, I name check, and then, so everybody got a name check, right? Yeah, completely, which is terrific. Intonation was spot on throughout the whole thing, really, as well as really tight ensemble. I thought there was almost studio quality audio for the whole thing. It's a complete spectrum, top to bottom, really well balanced. It's such a busy performance. You know, I look down and write something and I'd miss something on the screen. Things going on all the time, which really made it very interesting and very exciting. If you're going to throw yourself into a piece like a program like this, then do it properly. And they really did. To a player, throw themselves into that performance. I enjoyed Charlie singing, really sweet. And the name of the game with this is entertainment, and I thought that was a terrifically entertaining 10 minutes and a real celebration, not only of Northampton, but of great brass playing. Well done.
Great, yeah. And I'd also like just to add a note about the musical sophistication of some of that as well, and some of the segues and the links were quite subtle, but really, really well done. And also, as we've talked about before, you know, putting all that on a click track and getting people to kind of play and deliver it when the tempo's changing around and different styles are really difficult, but very, very well achieved in Gus's performance. So thank you. Congratulations to Gus. You've been our band number 10 here in the championship section this evening. Let's move on to band number 11. This is our first European band of the evening, and we're going to Denmark for the Lyngby Torbeck Brass Band and their musical director, Michael Orberg Thomsen. The band says this: with spring on the doorstep, we hope that the pandemic will soon see its final cessation of our planet, and we will mark our hope with Stephen Ponsford's Let There Be Light. For many years, the fantastic tradition of brass banding in the UK has inspired musicians here in Denmark. The warm sound and passion in marvellous arrangements of songs and chorales is what fires our banding hearts. We've chosen a band favourite in Love for Me to feature our solo horn, Lisbeth Hedderstall, and principal cornet, Mikkel Amsink. For the grand finale, we will move our focus from the coast of the UK to the coast of Denmark, and end our programme with Danish composer Ib Glinderman's Coast to Coast. This is then band number 11, Lyngby Torbeck Band from Denmark.
I want to know who I am, so I can let go. Let it all out. I want you to feel what I feel, so you can hear my soul sing. I want you to hear my story, so you can pass it on. I want to make waves.
Welcome back to the Kapitol Cory Online Brass Band Championships. You are listening to the World of Brass Championship section, and we've just heard from band number 11 coming to us from Denmark and representing the region of Europe. We've heard the Lyngby Torbuck Brass Band. Nigel Seaman, what did you make of this band?
Yeah, I enjoyed this. This was what I call sort of a nice programme. It felt rather dry acoustic, really. It didn't get that sort of blend and bloom of a full band sound. Everything seemed very accurate, and at the beginning I thought, oh, are we in black and white completely? But then luckily, of course, it was a nice touch that when the climax came, we turned to colour. So that added a little bit to it. I just think the unusual mix of very individual sounds, you know, tube and, for instance, very obvious to hear these rather than in a blend. In Love for Me, that is obviously very popular and very lovely piece of music there. For me, I think it was a better blend here, but Phil arranged this with the indication molto rubato. There was some, but I think there could have been a bit more sort of ebb and flow. And for me, just slightly too slow. It felt very sort of quavery moving to each one, rather than sort of holistic phrasing, if you like. The main statement, though, on the last page of the score, that was really nicely done. It wasn't overblown. It was detailed in ensemble as well, and the coda was very restful. It wound down really nicely. And
sorry to interrupt you there, Nigel, but you asking for more rubato in a contest which is basically done by click track. You know what you're asking for there, don't you?
Oh, yeah. You see, this is what I said yesterday. Sometimes it's difficult to remember that this is done on click track. Yeah.
I'm not sure that the band actually did use a click track for that. I'd like to know how they did it, because, like you say, there was some rubato, but you're making the point. You'd have liked more.
Well, if they had it available, it would have been nice to do it then, yes. Yeah. If it wasn't click-tracked, yes, indeed. Coast to Coast, that moved along really well. The graphics became, for me, a bit predictable then, by that time. And really just a bit too dry in the mix for myself. But overall, it was a varied programme, it was tidy, and it was enjoyable.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Tom, what did you make of it?
Well, the first piece, Let There Be Light, I love that piece. I think it's a great opener to any programme, and it was definitely played with plenty of energy. I liked how the soloists were positioned around the snare drum as well. I thought that was pretty clever, and it was a nice horn and euphonium duet also. Some fantastic moments, a little bit of intonation here and there, but it was particularly a good ending. In Love for Me, I've not heard this one actually. I'd quite like to do that a band actually, Phil, someday. But it was the first time tonight that it's really given me goosebumps. Actually, the opening band sound was fantastic, and perhaps contrary to what Nigel was saying, I think they did a brilliant job with playing such slow music. I love to, like I said, I'd love to know how they did that. Slow music's hard enough for the conductor, let alone playing it with however they did it. It was really, really nice. Just a little bit of tuning again, but Coast to Coast, as Nigel really said, he summed it up kind of perfectly. It was just a nice performance. And what I thought was, there was one moment where Lars turned to the camera and played his top D. I thought you could have perhaps done a few more things like that, just to maybe spice it up a little. But overall, playing wise, really, really good. But in particular, the middle middle piece really stood out in the programme for me.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. And Steve, what would you like to add?
Yeah, just what's been said, and again, carrying on from what was said last night about the whole box thing, and it got too boxy. It was too many people in boxes, and I know it's very difficult, but it just can be too much of that. Particularly what Tom said about the middle piece, I thought it was a lovely horn and cornet thing going on there, and what I did put was such a warm sound when it opened up into the 40. Such a lovely warm sound. And I don't know what they were doing with that. I don't think they were using a click track. So I don't know what's going on there, but whatever, can you tell us, please?
If there's anyone from Lyngby Torbeck in the YouTube chat, please tell us how you achieved that middle piece by getting some rubato in it. We're all very intrigued on how you made such a good job of it.
I just thought it was very good quality stuff. But you could have done more with the visuals. Definitely done more with the visuals.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Okay. So there's some agreement amongst our three judges there about our band from Denmark, the Lyngby Torbeck Brass Band. Thank you so much for supporting our contest and sending us your video entry. We move now on to band number 12, and this is the Whitburn Band from Scotland. Their musical director is Brian Allen. During this past difficult year, Whitburn Band has continued to be creative and innovative with its music making, with online virtual performance featuring on Scottish National Television and on the social media pages of Classic FM. Edited by the band's percussionist Ryan Bradley, today's programme will feature 3 new recordings inspired by the 1930s and specially produced for this competition. Louis Prima's iconic Sing, Sing, Sing will be followed by Sandy Smith's clever arrangement of Another Fine Mess, with socially distanced euphonium soloists Scott Kerr and Chris Shanks starring as Laurel and Hardy. The Scottish Open champion will conclude its programme with Matthew Hall's show-stopping Nightingale Dances. Everyone at Whitburn would like to thank Cory Band for organising this festival of music, and they all look forward to performing with everyone again as soon as possible. Hear, hear to that. Here we go then, band number 12, the Whitburn Band.
Virginia, in the trail of the lonesome
us in about
Wow, the Whitburn band from Scotland there were our band number 12. Let's go straight to the judges and see what they thought of Whitburn. Tom Hutchinson.
Wow, that was something pretty special, wasn't it? We started off with Sing, Sing, Sing. It was just really, really well put together with the record and Ryan sort of spinning around as he opened up on the drums. It was just brilliant. I mean, I sat back and just watched that and literally just wrote brilliant. I couldn't take my eyes off the screen. It was just superb playing, and the mix and the sound when it opened up was superb. Another fine mess, just really funny, really funny. Lovely playing, particularly like the singing, and just the way it was put together. It's just been superb to watch. And then Nightingale Dancers, such tight playing. I could have well been watching a concert there. It was studio quality. But a big shout out to Ryan Bradley. You're a wizard, Ryan. It's incredible what you do.
The sound quality we heard there was, very authentic, wasn't it?
It was as if I was listening to a CD. It was that good, and I know that Ryan's excellent at what he does. Ryan, for those of you who don't know, played the drums as well. He was superb in that. I couldn't take my eyes off him watching him in the middle there. But the way that it was just put together and the effort that all the players must have gone to absolutely nail all those parts, because that wasn't an easy program as well. It was hard music. Hats off to you all. Brilliant.
Yeah. Okay. So some good opening comments from Tom there. Let's ask the other judges, Steve and Nigel. Before I do, we've had some correspondence in the chat on YouTube. Steve and Nigel both talking on previous occasions about bands being too boxy, and the irony was not lost on our YouTube chat that you were criticising bands for being boxy whilst speaking from within a box.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant.
I think so. In his box, let's go over to Steve Stewart for some comments on Whitburn.
Well, you knocked it out of the park, guys. In my box, that's what I'm saying to you. That was just sensational for me. Had everything, the sing, sing, sing with a swing, and it did. I just put just tight, several exclamation marks, super tight. Great kit playing, Ryan. Brilliant kit playing, son. Brilliant stuff. Another fine mess. I loved it. Scott Kerr and Chris Shanks. And I've just put brilliant stuff, guys. So well done. And also great singing and some brilliant dance moves. You got the authentic Laurel and Hardy dance moves off. They're very subtle, aren't they?
It's really difficult to bring something like that off, isn't it? You have to have the right characters in the band,
and Chris, I was killing myself, Chris. Well done, brilliant stuff. And the Nightingale dances. I love this one as a finisher. Brilliantly written piece by Matthew Hall. Which I played years ago with Tredegar, and I just thought then, what a great finisher. And Whitburn band, all of you, it was so tight, so slick, and all I put is love this, great all-round effort, produced beautifully, great audio, and the visuals always kept me interested all the way through it, and bravo.
Well, some superb comments there from Steve Stewart. Let's go to our final judge, Nigel. Are you as raving about Whitburn?
Absolutely. Maybe Ali next time, if the next hold the competition, we go in circles rather than squares. Anyway, the first thing I wrote about Whitburn was balance, bite, and brilliance. That summed up my initial impression. I love the overhead shot of the percussion as well. It was just so arresting, tight. Everybody said the same thing. So tight, so detailed. And another fine mess. Scott and Chris, you're right. They threw themselves into it. There was comedy, but there was also great expertise in their playing as well. So doing a little bit of the comedy is okay, but the playing was just fine. Great balanced band sound as well to go with all that. And I say they threw themselves into it. Sandy Smith's come up as always, with a very clever arrangement there. Yeah, very entertaining. Yeah, Nightingale Dancers has been around for a few years, but that doesn't detract at all, because Matthew Hall's music always stands the test of time with entertainment contests. Great sounds, they were so tight throughout. The slow section I thought was great flute playing. And the accompaniments too were beautifully balanced. It builds to a fabulous and very full-throated finale. I think last time I adjudicated, and on one occasion I said CD quality, And I've said that about it. Already mentioned, Thomas mentioned. It sounded like you were listening to a CD recording, real studio CD quality, on top of a great program. You know, this competition is about picking a great program, playing it well, but keeping the visuals and the adjudicators and everybody entertained. I was knocked out by it.
Well, there we are. A full house. All three adjudicators waxing lyrical there about the performance of Whitburn Band, and with good reason as well. Many congratulations to our friends at Whitburn Band, and thank you so much for supporting, again, our competition. It's great to have you on board, and well done on another superb entry into the competition. That was band number 12. Before we move on to band number 13, we're going to take a quick ad break, so don't go away, and we'll be back shortly.
I'm Band Lance Corporal Matthew Fletcher, and I'm a euphonium player with the Band of Her Majesty's Royal Marines, Portsmouth. I joined the Royal Marines Band Service in 2016, after graduating from the Royal Welsh College of Music and Drama. During my time at the college, I played for the Cory Band, and was lucky enough to travel around the world and also win every major brass banding competition. Since starting my career, I've continued studying for a master's degree in performance, which is heavily subsidised by the band service. I'm also fortunate to be granted time away from my job to continue playing with brass bands. I always enjoy the opportunity to go back to the Cory Band and get the red jacket on again.
Welcome back to the Kapitol Cory Online Brass Band Championships. You're listening to the championship section sponsored by World of Brass. The adjudicator's still purring about that performance from Whitburn Band, which we just heard there, band number 12. Before that, we heard from the Lyngby Torbuck Band from Denmark, and we were asking about their slow central piece, In Love for Me, and exactly how they recorded it. But on the YouTube chat, we found out from Daniel A. Clemenson, who has told us that he did it. and the conductor actually conducted everyone. So there was no click track. The conductor was actually conducting everyone. What a great job they did. We really have had some superb music making here in the competition this evening. Let's move on to band number 13, and we're going back into Europe now for the Paris Brass Band and their musical director Laurent Duvre. Now, they tell us when a musician arrives in a city, it's always a great musical adventure. But when it comes to brass bands, it's also a beautiful human journey. We wanted to illustrate this need to gather around our passion that all ensembles share and that we are all drastically missing these days. All this built on the beauty of the city of Paris and on a few French music classics revisited by Alan Fernie. Band number 13, the Paris Brass Band.
Paris, city of light, city of love. Here I was at last, full of hope and expectation. Along with my loyal companion, we dreamt of adventure and music. On our way out at train station, only one thing occupied our minds, the exploration of this magnificent city and all its treasures. The Garnier Opera, Montmartre, the Eiffel Tower, the Champs-Élysées, and of course, Notre-Dame de Paris. I adored this new life, full of colours, of fantastic encounters. I savoured each moment in this vibrant city, the warm evenings, the joie de vivre. Yet deep down, I knew my companion and I were missing something. But I didn't lose hope because I was convinced that Paris was where I was meant to be, right here, right now. One day, in a most fortunate, clumsy and happy encounter, a collection of what seemed like 1,000 scores and papers spread out right there in the street. What a mess. There, my eyes were drawn to a colourful leaflet for a concert. Sensing my interest, and after noticing my cornet case, the woman asked me, "Have you heard of brass bands?" I hadn't, but this girl sparked my curiosity, so I decided to follow her towards this unknown musical world. And what a delight, my friends. From the very first chords, the thrill, the emotion, we were completely and utterly charmed. And I think that it was at that moment exactly when I fell in love with the Paris Brass Band.
Wow, falling in love with the Paris Brass Band there. From France via some kind of Yorkshire by the sound of the narration, via Scotland, thanks to Alan Fernie. What a melting pot. Let's go to the judges and see what they thought of the Paris Brass Band. Steve Stewart, what did you think?
I really enjoyed that. I thought that, in particular, all the stuff that happened from the beginning, it felt like I was sort of watching a film. All the sort of footage between each piece was so classy. It was just really done in a classy way. Each of the pieces sort of went into each other. The Notre Dame, I just put lovely trombone playing, and I just found it really atmospheric. And then that went on to the Champs-Élysées. Lovely playing all round, very quirky. And again, on the Eiffel Tower piece, really tasteful and stylish playing. Just what I would expect from Paris Brass Band. They're a very, very classy band.
Yeah, Nigel, would you share that feeling of class and sophistication?
Yes, I would call it a salon performance. A real sort of, there was intimacy somehow, but despite the fact walking around Paris, there's a real intimate sound to the balance of the band as well. Individual contributions were really excellent. I loved that pizzicato effect in the first movement from the basses. Warm sounds and great detail as well. You could hear all the individual parts. The video added interest for the second movement, and it was unmistakable, of course, in the Eiffel that echoes of Ravel, and why not? We are in Paris. Very cleverly sort of built around Bolero there, including the sort of ending, and the tin part was virtually identical to Ravel's original. The quality and class of the players just shone throughout. A real, as Steve said, a really quality ensemble. And, you know, the name of the game with this competition, we're going to get contrasts, you know. We've been from slapstick to this real salon mood that put us in for the last 10 minutes. Really charming and restful.
Charming and restful, that Nigel's final words there. Okay, so let's go to the real live Yorkshireman in the room. Tom Hutchinson, could you locate that accent? Where do you think that was from?
I would say maybe a Barnsley or Rotherham accent. You know, probably South Yorkshire way. But yeah, maybe you could let us know in the chat. That'd be quite interesting.
Yeah, we'd like to know where that accent was from. It's very characterful, wasn't it? What did you make of Paris Brass Band?
It was just a really intriguing, romantic performance. I mean, nothing less than what we expected probably from Paris Band. As Steve said, I felt like I was watching a movie at the start. I mean, the quality was just unbelievable, backed up by some fantastic solo playing in particular, but just a really lovely balanced band sound. I thought the storyline throughout it was superb. It was a great idea. The interjections with the movie was excellent. If I could add one thing, it was perhaps that it was so intricate and well put together in between the music that perhaps you could have continued that detail when the band were performing the piece, as it just became a little static at times. But it was just a beautifully well put together and well played performance. It was really enjoyable to watch.
There we are. Definitely, I think the judges are saying something a little different there from Paris, which could turn out to be no bad thing. And as Nigel said, you know, it's a contest of contrasts, isn't it? So we'd really like to know what the audience are making of all of the bands tonight in the YouTube chat, please. Keep everything nice and constructive. As always, these brass band contests are going to come down to a matter of opinion, aren't they? So thank you so much to the Paris Brass Band. We were thrilled to have your entry sent to us from France, and congratulations on your video production. Paris was band number 13. We'll be back with band number 14 in just a moment after some adverts. Don't go away.
Hi, I'm Mike Lovett. I'm a freelance trumpet player.
It's a great chance for the trainees to come and listen to Mike's experiences and help on how to improve on the trumpet.
It wasn't as nerve-wracking as I thought it would be. He was really chilled out and it was quite an informal day.
Hopefully when they're in their respective bands, they'll be able to play better to a higher standard.
Welcome back to the Kapitol Cory Online Brass Band Championships. We're here in the championship section and we've reached band number 14, which is the City of Cardiff Mel and Griffith Band from here in Wales. The musical director is Christopher Bond. Now, City of Cardiff Band present a programme of brand new arrangements by the band's musical director, Chris Bond. The last 12 months have seen circumstances which no one could have ever imagined. But for many, the year 2020 will be remembered for three things: home, love, and family. The band opens their performance with Journey to the Past from the movie musical Anastasia, a song which encompasses the idea of home, love, and family as the band invite you on a journey back to the year which changed the world. To represent home, the band will perform the Welsh traditional song Ar Hydd y Nos before moving to Nat King Cole's swing number Love, concluding with disco classic We Are Family. Here to take us on a journey to the past to celebrate home, love and family, it's City of Cardiff Band with musical director Christopher Bond. Welcome back to the Kapitol Cory Online Brass Band Championships. You're listening to the championship section sponsored by World of Brass, and we've just heard our band number 14, the City of Cardiff Mellon Griffith Band. Let's go straight to the judges. Nigel Seaman, what did you make of City of Cardiff?
Yeah, City of Cardiff gave us what I've termed a very entertaining and varied programme. I detected some tiny moments of intonation in the muted opening there. It soon settled though, and I felt the mix, especially in the corners, to be a little on the sort of thick side. You know, looking for clarity in the cornet line. Just seemed a little bit compressed and a bit thick somehow. The middle band sounds were very pleasing there. Our Heard and Norse, Phil. Our Heard and Norse.
I've been practising.
They must have scoured Cardiff for their choir. It's interesting that really in this context the brass instruments were very much a supporting role. You know, very much was a choir feature, so we had to listen carefully for what the brass were doing as well. Then lovely flugel, very much indeed. Great bass trombone too, if I heard. And it was a sort of foot tapping number. Easy listening, and it lilted along really nicely. The graphics helped as well. We Are Family, well, there was a colourful arrangement and colourful outfits as well. A sort of programme which didn't go for brilliance in terms of virtuosic playing. It was just very nicely put together, very pleasant 10 minutes of varied music.
Okay, thank you very much, Nigel Seaman. Let's go to Tom and ask Tom what he thought.
Yeah, pretty much what Nigel said there. Thought the opening was nice, just marred by a couple of ensemble and tuning issues in the cornets, but yeah, it built up well towards the end. Certainly, it was a powerful ending. Our Heard and Norse all through the night. This was probably my favourite piece from the programme. Beautiful music, great arrangement. I love the singers at the start. I thought it was well led by the tenor horns. A special shout out to those as well. But yeah, really stunning arrangement. Very, very nice. Love, as Nigel said, it was a real foot tapper. It was just a cheeky little number, and a shout out to Keris on flugel as well. I thought she played lovely. And then yeah, We Are Family to finish. Some interesting choices of shirts. Just a little bit of untidiness in places, but yeah, completely echo what Nigel says. A really nice, well put together programme that perhaps wasn't as on the edge of your seat, didn't get you quite on the edge of your seat as what other performances have done, but it was tidy, it was neat, it was well presented, and it was nice. Okay,
good, excellent. Let's hear finally from Steve Stewart about Cardiff.
Yeah, just to echo what both the guys have said, and I put overall, this was a lot of fun, great arrangements, and really well put together, and it was just a fun 10 minutes. The first piece, really nice, Youth and Barry, a nice flow. And also had a rare sighting of the lesser spotted Dave Griffiths there on kit.
A brief cameo.
A brief cameo. I love the second piece. How do you pronounce it, Nigel? Sorry, my...
Our Heard and Norse.
Our Heard and Norse.
No, not like that, Steve. I mean, come on, what are you doing?
I thought the singing on that, the four singers it just was beautiful stuff. Really quite touching, actually. And good to see Christopher there. On his piano, doing his Liberace.
Christopher, yeah, on
the piano. The Camphor piece, I love my Bert Camphor, and Love's a favourite of mine, and heavily featured if you listen to the original, which you can find on YouTube. Bert Camphor's great trumpet player, Manfred Moch, who was with him for years and years and years, and Keris played it really nice because Mox was very, very famous for just keeping things very, very simple, and she did that, and it sung out, and it was lovely stuff. We Are Family, well, it was just good fun, wasn't it? I loved the trombone solo as well there. Overall, a very enjoyable 10 minutes.
Excellent. So some real positive comments there from our friends at City of Cardiff. Thank you so much for supporting the Kapitol Cory Online Brass Band Championships. Once again, we've all very much enjoyed your video presentation. Well, now we have two bands left to play in this championship section contest. So we're moving now to band number 15, which is the Friary Brass Band from the London and Southern Counties in England with their musical director, Chris King. Here's the programme notes. Welcome to Friary's dedication to Zoom, bubbles, and the need to dance. 2020 was a year that none of us will ever forget. We learned new ways of living. We noisily expressed heartfelt thanks to those who gave their all to help keep us safe, and sometimes we even cried. But despite everything, we found new ways to communicate, and through shiny new technologies, we remained connected. Perhaps most of all, we learned that friends are like stars. You don't have to see them face to face to know in your heart they are there. With their help, we've managed to get by, and when things were at their absolute worst, our families and friends have helped us reinforce bubbles of an imagined future happiness around ourselves. Bubbles that have often protected us from all that negative stuff that has constantly surrounded us. And now there is light, and we can see the door beginning to open. And once more, my friends, we will begin to dance. This is the Friary Brass Band. Wow, what a strong contention there from the Friary Brass Band from the London and Southern Counties. Well, lots to unpack and talk about here. Let's go straight to our judges. Tom Hutchinson, what did you think of Friary?
That was such an enjoyable performance from start to finish. I think we can all agree on that. It was a really innovative opener. I put So 2021 with the way that everyone appeared via the Zoom link. It was just really, really clever. Bridge over troubled water as well. Great idea with the circular bubbles. I know that Nigel will like that. There's no squares in there this evening in that one. But superb playing, Richard. I can only dream of some of those notes. Amazing tone, cracking register. And I liked the support that the band gave in the little tutty interjections as well. It was really classy. And then I Want to Dance with Somebody. It was just a superb production. Really tight playing, funky visuals, and it sure made me want to dance.
And you noticed some nice kind of attention to detail and stuff, didn't you, throughout that performance? Matching headphones, for example.
Yeah, absolutely. It was just well thought out. I think a big bravo to the person that masterminded that, because
that bought the headphones.
That bought the headphones as well. Yeah. Must be an expensive bill, that one.
There we are. Steve, were you dancing around to that?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, overall, I put superb from start to finish. Top-notch stuff. Great arrangements. Played brilliantly. Played really, really well, and visually so pleasing. I thought the first piece, when Izzy was sort of there on her own, and then she started playing, and then everybody comes in and everybody comes in, then the whole band's in, and I just put so typical, the disconnection at the end. You know, we all know about that with Zoom, don't we? Bridge Over Troubled Waters, which is a Callum O. I don't know, is that how you pronounce his surname? Callum O?
I never know.
I think it is.
Oh.
I'm sure Glyn Williams will text me in a minute with the correct pronunciation.
I thought Richard, this superb playing, mate. And as Tom said, there's some notes there I can only dream of. I thought it was a great arrangement. Really nice kit playing in there as well, I felt as well. And of course, I Want to Dance with Somebody. We all love that, don't we? And it was so well played. Overall, I thought it was a total package, an incredibly enjoyable 10 minutes. I really enjoyed it. Bravo, guys.
You both mentioned Richard's trumpet solo there. Richard's the principal cornet of the band, but it was fantastic, wasn't it? And I mean, I agree with both of you about the arrangement as well. I thought it was just such a well-crafted arrangement that it was so kind of meaty and had so much kind of substance to it, didn't it? Fantastic. And leaving the higher octave right until the end, I think, is always a really good idea, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Don't overdo it. So I agree with the two of you on that. Let's go to Nigel and see what Nigel thought.
Yeah, as a technophobe, I was very sympathetic with that Zoom meeting concept at the beginning, just like my connection at home, dropping all the time. Trombones, really great in the opening there. in the Bridge Over Troubled Water, great balance, great arrangement, and great solos, as we already discussed from Richard. But also, you know, you get a great soloist, but you've got to also take into account there's great accompaniment as well. Balanced, the euphoniums and baritones shone in their little feature, as all the sections did. Great intonation, tight accompaniments, and detailed. All parts were audible. And fruity lower brass department, especially the bass trombone. Lovely, fruity sound there. And the final piece there, what a bed of sound to start with. I mean, there's some gorgeous bass notes there. And when it got going, well, to quote our friend here, wow, Steve? It was just a wow factor. Clean, crisp, and bravo the B-flat bass little feature there as well. Really nice. Another great Chris King arrangement to finish. Another CD quality performance. Absolutely fantastic.
Well, the judges obviously enjoyed this, and I mean, I think some of the best bands we've had, not just in the championship section, but in all sections, have managed to find a real kind of authentic brass band sound, haven't they? And did you agree with me, Nigel, that maybe Friary were one of those bands? It sounded like a brass band, didn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. It's difficult to imagine. As I said yesterday, it's hard to think that these people are playing in their bedrooms, in their living rooms, you know, and creating a sound which, in a studio, even a band like Cory got to take a great deal of care over just to make it sound like you want it to sound. And to do it like that, I think, with all bands of this quality, really excellent.
And again, it just underlines the worth of the video editor, doesn't it? And the audio editor in bringing all of these things together. You can have the greatest players and the greatest music in the world, but you need someone with the technological expertise to bring it together if you're gonna score a bullseye, it seems you think some of the bands have been doing in this championship section. Right, so we've got one more band left to go this evening, and so we are moving on to our last band of the championship section. In fact, our last band of this Kapitol Cory online championships. We've had nearly 100 bands all together. And the last band will be the Aldbourne Band from the west of England with their musical director Glyn Williams. Now, Aldbourne is a long-established brass band based in a village near Marlborough, Wiltshire, originally formed in 1860. The music for our competition entry has been selected by musical director Glyn Williams and follows a dance theme. All of our contribution has been recorded and filmed whilst in lockdown number 3. The programme opens with a Scandinavian folk dance, a dance in 3/4 time for couples with fluent and smooth steps. Our film shows Skanson's folk dance group accompanied with great dexterity by the band in Nordic Polska. The cha-cha is a playful and flirtatious dance with a Latin beat. Immortalised in the film Breakfast at Tiffany's, the music to Moon River transitions seamlessly into this style, and our performance revolves around the dancing of Max Balagach and Rosie Mundy, who is the daughter of Sean from the Solo Cornet Bench. Our finale is a fast and furious Balkan dance, featuring stunning solo contributions from several members of the band and dancing from Chloe Frost. The Aldbourne Band are extremely grateful to band members Tim Dixon and Richard Hughes for the many hours and technical expertise involved in putting together this performance. Band number 16 in the championship section, the Aldbourne Band. Welcome back to the Kapitol Cory Online Brass Band Championships, and we've just seen a message from one of our principal partners, the Royal Marines Band, and we've just heard from the Aldbourne Band, and actually a graduate from the Aldbourne Band, Matt Dixon. I think he still plays euphonium there, actually, but he's now a professional musician in the band of the Royal Marines, and his father plays in Aldbourne Band as well, and I noticed he was credited on the video production there, Tim Dixon. Now then, let's go to the judges and see what they thought of Aldbourne Band. Steve Stewart.
Yeah, a programme of I've just put some old friends here. Each piece is very familiar to all of us in this room here. Obviously, Nordic Polska and Moon River Cha-Cha were part of programmes. Were they the same programme?
I think they were, yeah.
Yes, for brass and concert stuff. And Balkan Dance is something that we've done for quite a few years now, hasn't it? It's a firm favourite with our band. Obviously, Glenn Williams is the conductor, and he's a euphonium player. The Nordic Polska, I thought this was well done. It's not easy. I really think this... I always remember we had trouble with this when we were all on the same stage together. So actually putting it together remotely, well done. Well done, Aldbourne. Really quite a feat. Really enjoyed that. Nice finish, nice big finish. So that all went well. The Moon River Cha-Cha had a nice laid-back feel. And nice one trombones I've put down here as well, and the Balkan Dance, nice solo contributions from all the different players, and I thought it was a really good finisher. Overall, really enjoyed that.
Fantastic. Nigel, what did you make of it?
Yes, as Steve has said, it's music which everybody here knows, and I thought interest from the word go, really. As soon as it all started with the video there and the dancing, all the entries were clean and clear. The Tutti Band was effective as well. I think the only thing I'd mention about that would be what Phil, with Cory rehearsals, seemed to insist on was louder shout at the end of the thing. I think you rehearsed that quite a bit, didn't you? Really give it a bit of oomph.
Can't remember what I rehearsed, Nigel.
Moon River, yeah, this again was faithful to Phil's arrangement. Generally, the balances were effective. I detected tiny moments of ensemble and intonation. Ensemble in particular didn't quite just sit in the groove on a couple of occasions. The Balkan Dance, there was good detail in the tricky triplet element to it. Awkward rhythms were under control as well, and they were well handled. The solos do well as well over a very tight bed of accompaniment. When I hear solos, I always like to also listen very carefully to the accompaniment, and they were really tight and offered a lot of support for the soloist. The singing was good this time, and an effective finish as well. So a programme which I think the band enjoyed putting across, and we enjoyed listening to it.
Thank you very much, Nigel. And last word then from Tom.
Yeah, just to echo what the other two judges have said, it was a really bright and cheerful programme in general, really enjoyable to watch. As Nigel said, a few ensemble issues that were just prominent throughout the first two pieces at least, but yeah, it was a really fun programme to watch. Obviously, we know the pieces very well, but I think the popular pieces are enjoyable to listen to. But yeah, in general, a really visually pleasing programme. I think the only shame was that their conductor Glenn Williams wasn't singing in the Balkan Dance. I know he particularly likes that section, but
I don't think anyone else would have stood a chance if Glenn got going, did they?
That's true.
Great, thank you very much. And a great way to finish our contest, a big thank you to the Aldbourne Band for supporting our online contest. That brings a conclusion to all of the bands. It means we've only got the results to go. We're going to let our three judges for the championship section retire and think about everything they need to think about now, ranking those bands. They don't confer with each other when they decide the rankings of the band. We add up the rankings, and the band with the lowest number is the winner. But there are many, many special prizes to be had as well, and the judges will be discussing those. Now, we're going to go off air for about 30 minutes, or as long as it takes us to do the maths and double check, triple check the maths, and make sure that we've got all the results ready for you from every single of the 7 sections that we've had. We'll be running through those results from sometime from about 9 o'clock. So don't go too far away. Maybe go and get yourself a bag of chips or something like that, and and we will be back with you as soon as we can be after 9 o'clock. So see you then.
I'm Band Corporal Craig Sanders, and I'm a percussionist in the Band of Her Majesty's Royal Marines, Portsmouth. I joined the Royal Marines Band Service aged 16 after growing up in Essex, while playing in the tendering brass band in the 3rd section. Since joining the Royal Marines Band Service, I performed all over the world and performed as a soloist at our annual concerts in the Royal Albert Hall. When I joined the Royal Marines Band Service, I had no grades and just had GCSEs. But since joining, I've studied for a BMIS Honours degree, which was fully funded, and I'm currently working towards a Masters in Composition, which is part funded by the Band Service. I'm lucky that I'm still able to perform in brass bands, even when working in the Royal Marines, most recently playing with the Flowers Band at all the major contests. My hobby is now my job. There really is no other career like it.
Hi, I'm musician Emily Jowl and I'm currently in my second year at the Royal Marines School of Music. I joined in 2019, having grown up in Sheffield and played in Thurleston Brass Band, Stannington Training Band, before moving up to the first section senior band in 2013. The band service don't take ton horn, so I was accepted on French horn. It's different and it's a challenge, but I really love it. I joined the band service because of the many musical opportunities as well as sport and travel, and the chance to do a fully funded Beamer's Honours degree course in music, which I'm currently through the first year of. Once I get back out into a band, I'd love to get back into brass banding and pick up my tenor horn again. I can't wait to perform on my first MFM on a new instrument that I've come to love.
I want to know who I am, so I can let go. Let it all out. I want you to feel what I feel, so you can hear my soul sing. I want you to hear my story, so you can pass it on. I want to make waves.
I'm Band Corporal Craig Sanders, and I'm a percussionist in the band of Her Majesty's Royal Marines, Portsmouth. I joined the Royal Marines Band Service aged 16 after growing up in Essex, while playing in the tendering brass band in the 3rd section. Since joining the Royal Marines Band Service, I performed all over the world and performed as a soloist at our annual concerts in the Royal Albert Hall. When I joined the Royal Marines Band Service, I had no grades and just had GCSEs. But since joining, I've studied for a BMIS Honours degree, which was fully funded, and I'm currently working towards a Masters in Composition, which is part funded by the Band Service. I'm lucky that I'm still able to perform in brass bands, even when working in the Royal Marines, most recently playing with the Flowers Band at all the major contests. My hobby is now my job. There really is no other career like it.
Hi, I'm musician Emily Jowl and I'm currently in my second year at the Royal Marine School of Music. I joined in 2019, having grown up in Sheffield and played in Thurleston Brass Band, Steinington Training Band, before moving up to the first section senior band in 2013. The band service don't take ton horn, so I was accepted on French horn. It's different and it's a challenge, but I really love it. I joined the band service because of the many musical opportunities as well as sport and travel, and the chance to do a fully funded Beamer's Honours degree course in music, which I'm currently through the first year of. Once I get back out into a band, I'd love to get back into brass banding and pick up my tenor horn again. I can't wait to perform on my first MFM on a new instrument that I've come to love.
I want to know who I am, so I can let go. Let it all out. I want you to feel what I feel, so you can hear my soul sing. I want you to hear my story, so you can pass it on. I want to make waves.
Welcome back to the Kapitol Cory Online Brass Band Championships. We're in the final leg now. This is the results ceremony where we'll be reaching the conclusion of all of our sections. We'll be telling you the results. We've spent the last 40 minutes in a bit of a daze with numbers flying all over the place, but we've double-checked, triple-checked them, and we are certain we are now ready to go with our results ceremony. Before we get into that, I would like to say a massive thank you to all of our partners and sponsors who have supported us throughout the entire competition. And who have enabled you at home to tune in for free and watch on Cory Band's YouTube channel. We've had huge support from throughout the entire brass band community, and we particularly want to thank our principal sponsors, Kapitol Promotions, and all of the other sponsors which you see listed at the bottom of the screen there have been incredibly supportive of this whole venture. Of course, we want to thank, right at the centre of our thanks is to all of the bands that entered. I mean, I think it's not an exaggeration to say a huge amount of effort has gone into making every single video presentation, and we've had all sorts from bands that are submitting virtual videos for the very first time for our competition, right through to bands who are now, after 12 months of doing it, are getting pretty good at it. So thanks massively to all the bands for taking part. Of course, thanks to you for tuning in. We've got quite a huge number of people watching at the moment, as we expect. But if you've been with us throughout, thank you very much indeed. Of course, you can watch all of the sections again on YouTube at a future date if you want. They'll all be floated up there for you. So hopefully people can go on watching our contest and enjoying all of the bands for a long time to come. Last but not least, we'd like to thank the judges, of course, who have sat and given their opinions so expertly. This evening, as you know, we have had Tom Hutchinson, Steve Stewart and Nigel Seaman with us. Let's go and hear a quick word from each of them, just in summary of what they've heard, not just for the championship section maybe, but for the whole competition. So, Tom, what are your summary thoughts?
I think that the whole project has just been really enjoyable to watch, to adjudicate, and no doubt. Had we have taken part in something like this, I know that we're going to do something in the near future similar. It's just it looks a really fun experience for all involved. And just to echo what you said, a huge congratulations to every single band member that's taken part in this. I know that the last year and a half, or just over a year rather, is thrown some unbelievable challenges at us in all walks of life, but none more so than our love, the brass band movement. So to have something like this, which enables us to keep going, is super important. But it takes you guys to actually put the performances together. So yeah, huge credit to everyone that's been involved, not just tonight, but throughout the championships.
Thank you, Tom. Steve, what would you say in summary?
I'd like to echo what Tom said completely. I'm incredibly proud of each and every band and each and every member of each and every band who's taken part in this. It's these are really tough times, and I know it's really hard to put these things together. Also for the technical people who've done all the editing and all that. Fantastic job all around. I've watched each weekend, been sat in the kitchen with my partner Rachel, sitting watching it, glued to it, and some of the stuff's been amazing, but just an amazing effort all round. And in particular, the past couple of days being up here and adjudicating this championship section has just been such an honour.
And Nigel, any thoughts from you?
Yeah, well, these last 3 weekends have just proved that despite all that's going on in the world, and in many bandsmen's eyes, a lack of motivation, those people that have actually competed have really got the act together. And to, as the others have said, to actually put together a programme like this, and been some fantastic, in all the sections, fantastic programmes. The winning bands are the bands that play a great programme, play it well, and a great presentation, great production. This contest this weekend has been an absolutely wonderful. And I think credit to all the bands for putting up such a great performance.
It's been great, hasn't it? And from me, I've become very aware of what a strong community we have across brass bands. And, we've been tested to the absolute max in the last year, haven't we? And I think certainly here in the UK, we can kind of feel that it might be kind of coming back to us a little bit in terms of live performance, but let's make sure that we go forward and do that in a sensible and safe way, obviously, maybe in a way which is kind of kind to each other. We don't know what kind of state other people are going to be in. So if you've not heard from someone in your band for over a year, maybe give them a call, see how they are, and let's go one step at a time, but let's go with confidence to the future, and just look out for each other as we get back to, as Tom said, the thing that we all love, our banding hobby. So those are the final words from us and the judges here. Actually, our first award this evening is not so much anything to do with the competition we've just had. And in danger of embarrassing someone who's in the room with me here, but I'm afraid you're not going to see on screen, I'd like to say a word or two about the guy who has brought all of this competition together for Cory Band, Ali Woodman. Now, Ali plays in our percussion section. And ever since day one of the lockdown has been the person who, for us, behind the scenes, has been putting all of our virtual distance videos together, been on a massive learning curve like so many of us have. He's been absolutely instrumental to everything the Cory Band has been able to do in the last year, culminating, of course, with incredibly massive events like this, 3 weekends of live streamed content to the world of brass bands. None of it at all could have been achieved without Ali Woodman. And in fact, at the end of last year, Cory Band, on a Zoom meeting, as opposed to in person, we awarded our Bandsperson of the Year for 2020. And there was no doubting that it was going to go to Ali Woodman, and he won the prize. And we did say we would find an occasion where we could present him with an award. Well, the occasion hasn't quite come up yet, but we would like to say a big thank. I'm looking at Ali right now. I said you can't see him, so I'll look away from the camera for a minute. We want to say, Ali, on behalf of Cory Band, a massive thank you. This is your award, which the Bandsman of the Year at Cory Band receives. So when we go off air after the broadcast tonight, I'm going to be presenting this to Ali. But I think, as well as on behalf of Cory Band, I think the fact that Ali's been leading us really has been leading the entire brass band movement. I really don't think it's an underestimation to say that Ali has taken a real lead in terms of digital content, marketing, videos, all kinds of other online stuff, getting it all out there. That's been Ali Woodman. So we're very proud to have Ali as a member of Cory Band. He was our Bandsman of the Year last year, and so I'd like to hear a big round of applause from across the brass band world for Cory Band's Bandsman of the Year and the person who put all of this contest together, Ali Woodman. Yeah. There we are. Right, now then, we get to the moment you've all been waiting for, and that is the announcement of the music in the New Moon Insurance advert. I can tell, I know that some of you are on tenterhooks. I mean, I've had quite a few messages in the time we were off air. Most of them were saying, Phil, you've forgotten to tell us what the music was. So here we go, folks. Have we got a drum roll or something? No? Okay.
Ali.
Oh, we've got Ali there rolling on the table. That'll do. The name of the music was County Fair Parade No. 2. Wow. Okay. So now we've cleared that one up. We can move on to the results of the competition. So I hope that answers all of your questions about that music. Right, okay, so here we go. We're going to put the results on screen for you, and we're going to start with one of the special awards, which is sponsored by Jonathan Bates Music, and it's the award for the best new composition or arrangement, and this ranges across the entire 7 sections of the competition. And so it wins the first award in our results ceremony tonight, and the winner of this particular award is Theme Hawking by Yves Meschat, arranged by Frank van Troyen, which was played actually in the 3rd section by Unity Brass from Belgium. So congratulations to you. You have won the Best Music Award, and you will have a trophy on its way to you. Now, next we're going to deal with the Best Section Awards. Now, as you've heard me say on many occasions throughout the contest, we have awards for Best Cornets, Best Horns, Best Youths and Baritones, Best Trombones, Best Basses, and also Best Percussion, which is a special award sponsored by Yamaha. Now, on the screen, we're going to show you each section by section. So we're going to start with the youth section and show you all the winners of the special awards. So the winners of the special awards in the youth section are... Best Cornets, Gresley Colliery Youth. Best Horns, Ellen Silver Youth. Best Euphones and Baritones, Lions Youth. Best Trombones, M3 City of Cardiff. Best Basses, M3 City of Cardiff. And the Yamaha Percussion Award to M3 City of Cardiff. Well done, everyone. Now, the next award we have is the Best Entertainment Award. And there is one such award for each of the 7 sections from Championship down to Youth. So again, on the next screen, you will see the winners of the Best Entertainment Award in all 7 sections. And the winners are... Most Entertaining Programme in the Championship section, the Amersham Band. In the first section, Langley Band. In the second section, Ifton Colliery Band. In the third section, Weymouth Concert Band. In the fourth section, the Woodhouse Prize Band. In the University section, the King's College London Band. And in the Youth section, Lions Youth Brass Band. Well done to you all. Next, we have the Best Regional Presentation. Now, as you've again heard me say on numerous occasions throughout these 3 weekends, the flavour we wanted to add to this competition was kind of in replacement of the Kapitol National UK Regional Championships, which weren't able to happen. So we encouraged lots of bands to present their local area to us in their virtual performances. And we've had some really, really fantastic entries for this award. So the Best Regional Presentation, again, there is one prize for each of the 7 sections, and the next screen will show them all. So the winners of the Best Regional Presentation are as follows. In the Championship section, the GUS Band. In the first section, the Strabane Brass Band. In the second section, Annan Town Band. In the third section, it was Toaster Studio Band. Fourth section, the Crosskeys Silver Band. University section, King's College London, and in the youth section it was the Dudarelai band from Lithuania. Well done to all those bands. Now, coming towards the end of the special awards, and we've left Best Soloist till last. We've heard some truly outstanding solo playing throughout all of the sections. And so there is a Best Solo prize again for each of the 7 sections. So we'll throw those up onto the screen for you now. The Best Soloist Award winners are as follows. In the Championship section, Dan Robson, cornet player of Easington Colliery. In the first section, congratulations to Grant Jameson, euphonium of the Dallas Brass Band. In the second section, the winner was Lindsay Aitken, a cornet player of Loch Gelly Band. The third section winner was Dave Tattersall, who played a wonderful post-horn gallop with the Whitworth, Vale and Healy Band. Well done. In the fourth section, the winner was Carol Porter on flugel of Morecambe Band. In the University section, oh my days, it was Kyle Blake, trombone of the Huddersfield University Brass Band. And in the youth section, it was Alistair Smith, the cornet player of the Elland Youth Band. Congratulations to all of you. Best Section Awards. Uni upwards. Have we not done the Best Section Awards? Only the youth, right. Yes, right. We're gonna go. Thank you. This is another reason why Ali Woodman is such a valuable colleague. So we've missed out loads of awards. We'll just go back and do those now. It's no problem. So we're going to go back to the Best Section Awards. We've only done the youth section, so let's have a look at the Best Section Awards for the University section. Here they come up on the screen at the moment. Best Cornets, Oakland University. Best Horns, University of Huddersfield. Best Youths and Barries, Bristol University. Best Trombones, University of Sheffield. Best Basses, Southampton University. And the Yamaha Percussion Award to King King's College London. Well done to you guys. Let's look at best sections in the fourth section now. And the best section awards go as follows. Best cornets to Holmestrand Band. Best horns to Holmestrand Band. Best youths and barries to Morecambe Band. Best trombones to Aldbourne Band. Best basses to Woodhouse Prize Band. And the Yamaha Percussion Award to the Morecambe Band. Well done to you guys. Best section awards in the third section are as follows. Best cornets, Brilliante Brass from South Korea. The horns, Gillingham Imperial Band. Best euphoniums and baritones, the Music Gesellschaft Brass Band Reyertobel from Switzerland. Best trombones, the Toaster Studio Band. Best basses, Langham Town Band. And the Yamaha Percussion Award to the Weymouth Concert Brass Band. Well done to you guys. Into the second section now. Best section awards. Best cornets, Brass Band B10. Best horns, Fjell Brass from Norway. Best euphoniums and baritones, Bear Park and Esch Colliery Band. Best trombones, Lakeland Brass Band. Best basses, Brass Band Westfalen. And the percussion award goes to Fjell Brass. Well done. Best section awards in the first section now. And the best cornets are the Johnston Band. Best horns, Strata Brass. Best youths and barries, Strabane Brass. Best trombones, Wootton Silver Band. Best basses, Colburn Silver Band. And the Yamaha Percussion Award to Colburn Silver. And finally on the section awards, into the championship section, and the best sections go to Best Cornets, GUS. Best horns, City of Cardiff M1. Best youths and baritones to Whitburn. Best trombones to Whitburn. Best basses to Friary. And the Yamaha Percussion Award goes to Whitburn. Well done to all the section winners. Right, I'll just consult with my colleagues in the room. We're on to the third prize now. Excellent. Right, here come the prize-winning bands then. We're going to announce third places. We're actually going to announce all of the third places from all the sections at once on the screen for you now. So they'll come on the screen and I'll read them. So in third place, in the championship section, we have Friary Brass Band, well done. In the first section, in third place, Johnston Band. In the second section, Brass Band B10. In the third section, Langham Town Band. In the fourth section, South Cumbria Brass. In the university section, King's College London. And in the youth section, Lions Youth Band. Well done to the third place winners. And now, the runners-up. In second place in all of the sections are, in the championship section, the Amersham Band. In the first section, Colburn Silver Band. In the second section, the runners-up were Fjell Brass. In the third section, second place, Weymouth Concert Band. In the fourth section, the Woodhouse Prize Band. In the university section, the University of Huddersfield. And in the youth section, the Ellen Silver Youth Band. Well done to all of our runners-up. And this brings us to the big announcement then, the champions of each section. And I believe we're going to do these individually from youth. Right. Okay, so the winners of the Kapitol Cory online youth section are the M3 City of Cardiff Band. Well done to you. The highest placed intermediate band is also M3 City of Cardiff, and the highest placed beginners band is the Ellen Silver Training Band. So well done to those three bands. You are the winners of the youth competition. And now on to the winners of the university section, and the winner is the Oakland University Band from the USA. And the highest placed Shield section band goes to King's College London. So congratulations to both those bands. Now moving through into the fourth section, and I'm delighted to announce that the fourth section champion band is the Morecambe Band from England. Congratulations to the Morecambe Band. That really was an excellent performance, Morecambe. I mean, your performance is one that's really going to stay with me from these competitions. I thought it was fantastic. So well done on your first prize. Now moving through into the third section, and the overall winners of the third section is United Brass from Belgium. Congratulations, United Brass. Another incredible programme which I know just blew the judges completely away, so very well deserving of your first place in the third section. Let's move up now to the second section. The winners of the second section in our contest is the Lakeland Brass Band from Switzerland. Congratulations! Another absolutely show-stopping video from our friends in Switzerland is the second section champions. Again, another very, very worthy winner. Let's move up to the first section now. This was such a hotly contested event, wasn't it? The first section. Those of you that were with us will definitely remember that night we were here. And the winners of the first section are Strata Brass from Yorkshire. Well done! Such an incredible video you put together, which kind of ticked every box really, and you are now the first section champions of the Kapitol Cory Online Brass Band Championships 2021. And so finally we get to the winners of the championship section contest, which is the one that was brought to such a thrilling conclusion this evening. And I'm delighted to say that the winners of the championship section are the Whitburn Band from Scotland. Huge congratulations to you. We have some absolutely fabulous first prize winners there. I mean, if you haven't seen any of them, I really recommend that you watch them again on Cory Band's YouTube channel. Some just wonderful virtual brass band entertainment. And that's about it from us. We are going to wrap up the show right now. Full results, including every judge's ranking for every single band, will be available tomorrow. Now, Ali Woodman, who I mentioned earlier, and we presented the special prize to, he does all of this in his spare time. He actually has a job to go to, believe it or not, tomorrow. So we're hoping that by early evening tomorrow, we'll have the entire results up for you on Cory Band's Facebook page and elsewhere. So please do look out for those. And don't forget, if the national finals happen in September, they will be on the 18th and 19th of September in Cheltenham, and then the 2nd of October in the Royal Albert Hall, when Capitol Promotions will get back to doing what they do so well and presenting live brass events. So a huge thank you. Leaderboard, thank you. This is going so well. Let me leave you with one final graphic, which we have managed to pull together, which is the final regional leaderboard. We can tell you who the best brass band region in the virtual brass band world is. Look at that, it's Yorkshire. Who would have thought it? In first place, we have Yorkshire. So a little bit of jostling right up to the end there. The lowest points gets highest, obviously. Look at Scotland, went surging up the table there, just as a result of Whitburn's win there in the top section. So Scotland finishing a really strong second place, just nudging out the rest of the world into third place. And there you can see all the rest of the table down there. We'll publish all of that online. I guess that's ready to go right now, so you can peruse it and look in great detail, which does indeed bring to an end the Kapitol Cory Online Brass Band Championships Battle of the Regions for 2021. We hope you've enjoyed what you've seen. We've certainly enjoyed putting it together. We've enjoyed presenting the shows tremendously. In many ways, we hope we don't have to do it again, but whatever we have to do, we'll be here for you, and we hope to see many of you in person later on this year. Once again, thanks for tuning in, and I hope you've enjoyed everything that all of the bands have had to offer. See you again soon from all at Cory Band. Good night.